That's domestic as
All right, so what is up, YouTube? Today on this vlog, it's maintenance time. As you saw in the last video, if you didn't catch it, a little shakedown at Little Talladega, go back and watch. But we got a long list of stuff to do, starting with brake stuff, all the way to U-joints, all the way to other things. So we got some parts here. The Ford Racing Brembo brake kit. The one that is allowed in the spec class and I believe the American Iron class that I'm looking to run in. So it's time to get cranking on the car. First things first, let's drop that drive shaft or check those U-joints and see what's going on there. All right, so as you see, the rear bolts are a little bit loose. I did use Loctite last time I put them on, which was 3 or 4 years ago when I dropped the drive shaft. Other than that, I've just been pulling the front of the drive shaft off, so maybe that loosened it up. But essentially just gonna pull those bolts out, Loctite them, put them back in. Hopefully that gets rid of the wobble at about 80 miles an hour. And we will not have to do U-joints in the car. Hopefully it didn't tear up the U-joints being like that. So gonna do that real quick. All right, guys, so we got Loctite over there on the drive shaft bolts, so that should be good. No more vibration there. Now it's time to move on to the brakes. First things first, I did unbox, well, open. They left out a dust shield. I'm gonna have these are the brakes, the new calipers, big Brembos. They look great. They're gonna be good. But first things first, I wanna get some brake ducting on the car to eliminate some of the heat problem on the brake rotors and the brake calipers. So with that, I am not gonna spend $300 on the nice kit that comes out there. So what I did was I went to Home Depot and I got some dryer duct material, and this is usually has a insulated sheath. I believe on one of the videos I showed you me pulling that out, but it has an insulated sheath on it. Pulled that out, just have the ducting. But what you'll see here is I got one side mounted, and I'm gonna show you how to do the other side just in case anyone's curious. But you can see here, nicely secured, not going anywhere. We got 3 sheet metal screws in it, and the ducting is run out the side here. We just got to route it, pin it up. Can't really see there, but hang on. There you go. So got it coming off the bumper there. Just got to route it up to the back of the dust shield. So essentially going to run the same system on the back of the dust shield. Here's the new dust shield. For example, figure out a way to bolt that to that, as long as it's there and blowing some air. Although that rhymed, as long as it's there and blowing some air, it should be good. So let me walk you through what I did to get this on the other side, and just do like a step-by-step, and then we'll get on to the calipers. All right, so first things first, you're gonna get your ducting. You're gonna take it and put it in the circle that it's supposed to be in. Then we're gonna fold down each one of these tabs. We're gonna punch those tabs, and then we're gonna drill a pilot hole into them so all of those sheet metal screws can catch. So I'll show you that finished product, basically folding all these down, punching it, and drilling through. So let's get that done. All right, so we got all those punched down with the punch, and we're going to use a really small drill bit here to drill a hole on each one of those punched lines. You want to bend these really close, see how close it is on that tab, so you can drill through both the tabs that are on there and the backing. So let's drill out all of these. It's best to just do all of them so you can make sure you have a place to catch once you get it all mocked up. All right, now that we have the holes drilled, we're going to get the ducting over here. Put that ducting on and zip tie it Just once here, it does have a baffle in it, so it won't break free, but zip tie it once, get it tight so it stays on. Then it's on to mounting. So as you can see here, we're gonna mount it right on this hole where you pull the plastic piece out. So kind of finesse it up through there and get it pushed flush up against the hole here. All right, so now that we got it up flush against the hole, we're gonna grab some sheet metal screws, just regular size ones, nothing crazy. Drill those into the bumper, drill it into the flange that we kind of built, hitting one of those holes that we tapped, and then like I said, over here I got 3 and it's very securely mounted, not going anywhere. So I'll do 3 or 4 on this other side. All right, so there you can see you got it mounted. Got the tube coming out here. So looking at the front, we do have both holes ready to go. All right, so we got the ducting done in the front. So I wanted to show you what I did with the dust shield and how we got it mounted over here. So essentially I did the same thing, made a flange out of this. That's obviously not going anywhere. Just 2 sheet metal screws drilled in the same way that we did here. You can see I flanged just one side of these and drilled the pilot holes. But those caught, drilled through, tapped them, and that's there. Got to cut this obviously, but same concept. Gonna flow from the front all the way to here. The kit that comes with it has a nice cutout, so it's blowing on the back of the brake to cool it off. This is okay, not the best design, but definitely a little cheaper. Essentially it'll blow into the vents on the top and a little bit of the back of the rotor, due to these rotors being a little bigger than the stock ones and using the... All right, so now that the brake ducts are there, it's time to start thrashing on these Brembo brakes up front. First things first, I got to get these stainless steel lines in. I do already have stainless steel lines, but I don't want to mix up hardware. That's the hardware that came with the Ford Racing package, so I don't know if the bolt's different than the stock one. So if you want to go watch how to bed brakes or whatever that vlog was, you can. Essentially we're just going to do a caliper swap. There's nothing fancy. You're just changing the lines from the stock lines or whatever it is to the those stainless braided ones, and then the caliper just pops right off, and you put the new rotor on. Standard brake stuff. Let's get rocking on that, and I'll come back with one of the sides on. All right, so I'm a little bit dumb. You guys already knew that, but a little bit of a design flaw. Obviously, the inner circumference of the wheel is about the same size or just a little bit bigger than the rotor. Therefore, this ridiculous brake duct I was just sticking out here, that's not going to work. So what I did was I just crushed it. Yeah, so air will flow through there. Not a whole lot, a lot less efficient than doing what I should do and taking the brake duct or the brake dust shield and cutting a notch in it, making it all nice and clean, bolting that up to where it's kind of a semicircle design. But I got to be at the track in about a week. I don't have time to fab that up really. Maybe I'll come back to it, but I just want to get the car actually rolling out the door hopefully today. So that's gonna do it. I mean, the brake looks good. I got the Carbotech pads in there. So got this side on now that we know what to do. Gonna go get the other side on. Pretty straightforward. Test fit of the wheel and everything. That's how I came about that. I don't know what I'm doing. So now I'm going to go do the other side and do the rear stainless lines that came with this kit, bleed everything, and then let's go bed some brakes in. All right, so we have everything on. We have the brakes bled, the new fluid, the Motel 600 in the system. Some high temp stuff, higher temp than what we have. I think the Brembos look really good in there. We'll get the car on the ground here in a minute, But first we got to get the plastic piece that goes across these vents cut. So I'm going to cut basically the same size hole there, and then put some chicken wire in them. So I got my angle cutter out. We're going to cut just a square hole here, and then we're going to use sheet metal screws to screw some of that mesh in place. So come back with the car on the ground and hopefully go bed the brakes in. All right, so just on the vlog where I taught you how to bed the brakes in, did the same thing just now. Ran up and down the road, got the brakes bed in, stood on them. As you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that on video, but they are smoking a bit. Got them real hot. See a little discoloration in the rotor surface. Yeah, there's some smoke. But I mean, all in all, I'm in shock at how much of a difference those 4 piston calipers made in the front. Big difference. So it's starting to rain here, but big difference. Car looks good with the wheels. Doesn't look terrible. These tires are super sticky. Not much to do now. Essentially, we're ready to go. Let me get out of this rainstorm. I'm gonna pack it up. Subscribe below. Tell your friends. We're going to Road Atlanta to put some laps down and beat our best time. So stick along for some more good content, and we'll see you guys later.